This
Okay,
conference will now be recorded.
well, that's great.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's start with a base cabinet,
Yeah,
and I'm just going to bring up the side view here. Let's go with your left, and
yeah,
let's talk about a few things. Okay, now ignoring the operations, if we just look at the parts, are those correct? Like you want your stretcher is the correct length or width?
yes.
Um,
The stretchers are correct. It's just a doweling that's not.
Gotcha. Okay. So on your drill, your actual machine, doweling machine, horizontal
Yeah,
boring machine,
yeah,
your fences, do you have a front setback that
yeah. I can put whatever I want.
okay. And out because here's the way, one of the ways, you got two ways you can do it. Well, that, let me ask you this. Will that fence, and I would think it wouldn't, but would that distance right there ever change?
Yeah, it will. It will change
Okay.
if you want to.
Okay, so let's do this first.
So I figured I have a figure here for the top rail, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
The top rail, it's a 4 inches. That's about 100 mil.
right.
And then I figured that if we set the first hole at 19 mil,
Uh-huh.
and then the second hole is will 32,
Uh-huh.
and then the third hole will be at 32,
Uh-huh.
and then whatever it's left, it's about 19 mil.
Okay, yeah, it kind of makes it symmetrical.
Yes,
Um, yeah,
yes.
okay. Okay.
But you have more experience than I do, so you probably know better than how to set
Well,
up
all right, yeah, so,
that
and I'll
fence.
just give you,
I can set that fence whatever it needs to be.
okay, all right. So here's the danger with making a symmetrical or nearly symmetrical part. It's going to be hard then to locate for edge banding. It'll be hard to locate that front edge
Okay.
easily. So
Okay.
what I used to do is like I used to actually run my stretchers out at about 4.5. So
Mhm.
that would put me in about 28 millimeter in, and I used to run everything about 20 millimeters back. But
Okay.
what it does is it makes it obvious, front edge for
Yeah.
part orientation.
Yeah.
So that's just, but at any rate, we'll still reference the front edge, and we can change that, the width of that at any time.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so on the pattern for your stretchers, we're going to go 3 holes. We'll set back 19, and then go 32, 32.
Yeah.
Now, as we come down to the bottom, what kind of pattern do you want down here?
Have to start it with the same pattern on the top. Yeah.
Right.
Use the
So we'll
same.
go 3 holes.
So yes, 3 holes there.
Uh-huh.
The first hole will be dowel. The second hole will be for the conformat, which I like to be 8 mil going through,
Okay.
and then another dowel on the side of 32 mil.
Okay.
And then
Beautiful.
whatever the pattern is on the other ones, it doesn't matter what you do, will be the way I'm gonna set up the drilling machine.
The drill. Okay. All right. Um, how many spindles is that drill? Is it like 21, 23, 25 spindle?
I think it's 25 spindle.
25. Okay.
And I have,
So
I have 8 inch dowels insert, and I can use left and right fence. So my
yeah.
so my idea is using the left fence for for drilling the bottoms and the rails
Mhm.
or the stretchers, and my right hand I'm gonna set up for drilling all the dowels for the boxes, the drawer boxes, which is gonna be a little different.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this, and this brings up a couple of questions. So whenever you have this part right here, let's say it's the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you've got right side, left side. And
Yes.
let's say this is maybe it's bad representation, but let's say this edge right here is the left edge of your fence of your boring machine.
Yeah.
and this is the bottom bed.
Uh-huh.
So if I take that left part and I put the front edge right here to the fence and I drill it,
Uh-huh.
then I need to drill this side. Are you rolling it this way, and so that front edge will still reference
I
that?
want, yes, because of what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the board, the bottom,
Uh-huh.
drill again, so it's gonna be exact on the center of the.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you're gonna dial in and drill center of material then.
Yes, yes, center of material.
Center of material. Okay, all right. No problem there. So let's start with your dowel setup first, and then we'll do the conformat in between.
Yeah.
All right. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that dowels. I'm not gonna do anything to it. All I'm gonna do is a save as. We're gonna do, how about, we'll go base dowel A. And what's gonna happen is we're actually gonna probably build several dowel fasteners, and they build on top of each other, and we can stack them. So this is gonna be the first one. It doesn't matter finished or unfinished in, right?
Doesn't matter. What I want to do also, what I want to do by default, all my cabinets will be both sides unfinished.
Okay.
So if I want to finish end, then I will have to change it.
Gotcha.
Wait.
Okay, and I'll show you how to. We'll have to do a little thing in our library, but that's not a big deal. It'll take it's just a couple of saves.
I have another question before we go forward.
Sure.
I purchased 2 hours with you. If we don't get the 2 hours, we go over, can I pay extra or something?
Well, today I've got a meeting right after ours.
Okay.
Right after we're done.
Okay.
But it should be okay. And the dowels we should be able to get through pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll yeah, I think we'll be okay. But normally, like if I didn't have anything after, yeah, absolutely, I'd keep going with you. But,
okay.
I'll go as long as I can.
Okay.
Okay, so we're butt joining everything, right? So no dados.
Yes. Yes. Butt joint.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to take your brake dado off. It's going to be ignored. So we're going to go 8 millimeter. Your drill depth right now is a 1/2 inch. Is that good? Do you want to deeper shallow?
I think 1/2 inch. Yeah, it's good. 1/2 inch.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll leave that there.
Actually, not what is drilling there because I have another issue, but I'm gonna change that later on. Anyways.
Okay. All right.
It's an issue with the post, I think, or with my machine.
I see. Okay. All right. Before I set this up, let me go back out and do one more thing here. So let's go to your product libraries. That's you. Yeah. Your dowel conformat. And I'm going to add something here. So we're going to go first hole.
It doesn't make it makes sense for you, the 19 mil?
Yeah, that, like I say, I ran everything at 20. I think if you get any closer than that, you're gonna kind of get too close to that front edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, somewhere between 19, 18, 22, that seems to be a good range for most people.
Okay. Oh, that's not that. That is not that simple. You're recording it, so I can look at it.
Yeah, and I'll make sure I got you set. There we go. Because I'll show you where to make some the main adjustments, but most of it will all be set so you don't have to mess with it. So let me make sure you got this. That's right. Switch it in millimeters. Okay, so we're gonna set this first hole. I just made that little custom parameter. It's your first hole setback. It's gonna set us at 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that does, it makes it dynamic now.
Okay.
And I'll show you later how we adjust that. So that's gonna be first hole.
And it's gonna be center of the whatever thickness of the material we're gonna use, right?
That's right. So when that's checked right there, that's gonna make it male center.
Okay.
Or yeah, the male center, which is this part right here. That's your male part.
Yeah.
If you turn that off, then I'm gonna go distance from joint edge. So that's gonna be then, I would give it a value to come up, a static value,
Okay.
but we're gonna make that center.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna drive on these down here, hole location 2, everything we're gonna drive from the front. And all I'm gonna do is build off of that first formula. So got front hole, first setback, and then we're gonna go plus 64 for our next one. Because our other hole, well, actually, you know what? Because you want
the other
you want
hole
the-
is gonna go through, right?
yeah, so that's why we're gonna do that. Yeah, because your conformat, we're gonna go through, these are half bores, so that's what we're gonna stack. Yeah, I'm good, I'm glad you said that. Okay, so that's our top. So this is on a base. And all right, so when we're coming across the bottom, right, and we're gonna go those first two, so we got 19, and then out to 83, and I'm just skipping the middle hole right now.
Yeah, we don't have to put too many holes for dowels as well. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna grab a bottom downstairs and then we go from there. Just a second.
Yeah, go right ahead. I kind of got an idea. Let's go 3.
Okay, I got the bottom here.
Okay.
It's one that's 24 inches deep. But I will have cabinet that's 12 inches deep. I will have cabinet 15 inches deep, 18, 21, and 24. So we have
Okay.
somehow that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And what we'll do is when joints go greater than, that's when we're going to add those holes. So this will take us probably about to a 12-inch deep base cabinet. So I'm gonna do, let me see here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna set this, we're gonna do a little example and see what you think. And then, all right, stretcher. Yeah, okay, for sole front, yeah. You
Those-
weren't running nailers, were you?
No.
I didn't think. Okay, if there's no nailer, you won't get operations and no toe either, right?
You mean the at the back of 4 inches
Uh-huh.
for screw to screw? No, my back it's 5/8 all the way through, so it's
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just gonna set that for none right now because I don't want to see any holes right yet. We'll adjust it in a second. All right. So there's 19 back, 64 spread. So that's 19 back, 64 spread. Now, the reason why I wanted to send this out here, what a lot of people do is they'll pick a distance that kind of will meet those criteria like you're telling me, so 12, 15, 18, 24. So right now I've got 19, 64, then this is a 96 spread, and then it starts that 64 pattern over again. So let's change your depth here to 12. Okay, so that would work for a 12-inch cabinet.
Yeah.
So you'd get your Conformat here, and if you want, we could add a Conformat there, and you'd have one here, and you'd have one there.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right, so when we drive that out to a 15-inch cabinet, so we probably could add one more dowel hole for a 15-inch cabinet.
Yes.
Okay.
Conformat. And what about the Conformat?
Well, the Conformat, well, let's get her dowel pattern, and that way, you know,
just 2 Conformats on there, where the 12 inches, and then because it's not very common, the 15 inches, and if I need to put, I can put a staple there and leave it.
a screw. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so that I like so far. All right, so we're gonna build on that. Base down. Okay. And the stretchers we're gonna turn off.
So here's the thing. What I'm doing is my business is building. I'm gonna cut cabinets for other companies, right? This is my main business, and I will have clients that wants a certain kind of boxes.
Okay.
And then clients that want a little bit different. Nothing to do with the doweling. But for instance, I have a client that wants the bank of drawers have all the stretchers on it, the top and the 2 center ones. And I have a client that doesn't want any on the bank of drawers.
Yeah.
Is that easy to?
Yeah.
To
yeah. That's pretty easy. It's just a matter of changing a parameter. So on your stretcher, drawer stretcher, you just put it to 0.
Okay.
And that'll take those out.
And then I have to save it.
Not necessarily. Well, yes, you do have to save it. It's really easy. Okay. I'll add it to the drop down, so you can just toggle between the 2.
Okay. No, there's nothing greater than that. If it's greater than that, it's gonna do the same pattern as well, yeah, because I don't have the dowel insert for all that.
Right, but I don't want it giving those holes unless that cabinet is deeper than the hole distance.
Okay, go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you know better than I do. So.
Oh no. Now between the two of us, we'll figure it out. All right, let's see what that does for us. And I want to make one other change because I think we're going to be fine here. All right, so you're getting 64, 64, 64, 64. Now the amount of those dowels, is that too many or what you want on that base cabinet?
I'm probably not gonna put all that. They can drill, but I'm probably not gonna. You know, we could. This guy here, probably not gonna put it.
Okay.
And then this guy, I'd probably not, but this what? Yes. I don't know. Leave it the way it is. It doesn't matter how many holes are in. I will put the dowels where I want it. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Because, you know, and here's what you can do is after you play with it and you figure out the ones you want, I can put statements.
4, 5, 6. It will be six in total on the 24.
Okay.
Actually 5, because I have only 5 dowels insert to do this.
So, okay, so which are the ones? So that one?
Yeah, that one. And that one not.
No. Okay.
And then it will be the next one. That one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then no.
Okay.
Yes for the other one. And yes for that one. Or could be the other one. Could be this guy here.
That one there.
No. Yeah, and then a confirmat right here. So this we can get rid of it. This, and get rid of this, and get rid of this.
Okay. Let me write that down. So we got 2, 3, it's 3, 4, and that starts 1, 2, 3, 4. That's A and B, A, B. Okay. So that's whole location. 1, 2, 3. That's good.
So, yeah, go ahead. I'm just thinking here. Corners.
Okay. I think I want to do that. So if I go over that link. All right. So I'll tell you what. For the first 4 holes, I know we can eliminate that back one, but let's say let's say your cabinet's 12 inches deep, so you're okay with the 3 dowels in. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right on.
So you know, with the confirmats, it doesn't need to be more than that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Confirmats are pretty good.
Those confirmats are
So
6 mil, I think, or 7 mil thick. It's pretty.
Yeah. They're an extreme. That's how I build all my cabinets, were with confirmats.
So where are you located?
I'm in Central Florida.
Oh, Central Florida. Okay.
Yeah. That's whole. So that's gonna be 1.
I had another guy, the first one that gave me the training, the 2 hours training.
John, yeah.
Yeah, he's from here beside me here in Abbotsford, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I know he's up there. Was that on the west side of Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in England here, so we're kind of neighbor.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go 96 and 64 again, plus 96 plus 64. Yeah, all right, beauty. So that returns that. So you're gonna do that if we go, gotta be 17 inches to get that. Yeah, okay, so that's my 15, all right. That front one's 13, that's plus 64. That gives me that. All right, so that brings me right there. And all we're gonna do is add you, so that's another 9664. Okay. That's hole one.
Oh yeah, perfect.
1, 2, spread, spread, spread. Okay.
Now make it, yeah, make it 18 inches. Yep.
I don't, 15, we may have to, oh, wrong one. 15, we'll see. I'm afraid we're gonna lose that back hole. But if you've got the conformat there, it's still gonna have the strength of that conformat screw. Let me see here.
It's just a matter where I'm gonna put that conformat, what side of the cabinet.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh. All right, that's on the 18-inch.
Mm-hmm. Make it 12 inches. I just want to see it 12 inches. So then it depends on where. So can I put a conformat on the left side of it, or it's going to be too close?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean.
This 5 mil hole that you see there, it's on the side of the cabinet.
Yeah.
This is a hole for it to identify the bottom of the cabinet.
That is?
Yeah, I just asked. This is I asked
on the panel fastener. Yeah, okay.
so I can identify what is the bottom of the side of the cabinet.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So for base cabinets are not that important, but for top for wall cabinets, I need to know which one is left and right.
So you mark, I see. So you mark the bottom side.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I need to make another hole at the back of the cabinet. At the back, I need to put a hole down there where the bottom is as well, to identify me the bottom of the cabinet.
I got you.
Back. Because I have
I see. I see. Yeah.
I have on the side here, right?
Yeah.
Side of the cabinet.
Yeah.
Then I need a hole going through here, 5 mil. Right in the at the edge of the cabinet, the back. So then I feel that this part is the bottom of the cabinet. So I don't flip it, because the other thing we have to do is having adjustable shelves holes at the back of the cabinets
Mhm.
greater than 24 inches.
Yeah.
So then I don't want to flip the cabinet, the back, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's just a visual identification of the cabinet, of the part. So
Right.
way I don't have to put stickers on every single part of the cabinet.
Yeah. Gotcha. So where would you pop that hole in?
If you turn a little bit more, I want to see the notch. Yeah, right there.
Okay. We're making, let me see the bottom.
Because the software will identify what's the bottom and what's the top of that back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
And then just put a little hole there so I can see what is what. And that borehole can go all the way through.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's gonna be where the dado is, right? It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I
Gotcha.
just wanna right at the edge of the back, the cabinet.
Green. And I'll have to see, we'll just place it, well, here, I'll place it here. And so we're 7 millimeters in. Let's go Y. 6. So that's 6. Puts me at 3. So that's 8. What? How deep are those? That rabbit, is it like 3/8, 9 millimeters, something like that? 8 millimeter.
What?
Where it jogs on the back.
That jog is he set up at 2 inches, but I want it to be at 1.5. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good.
And it's not a rabbit; it's just a going through. It's just the whole
Yeah,
back.
I probably said it wrong. I was talking about the back itself, the way the back joins, how it rabbits in.
Yeah.
So these
Yes.
the end panels rabbited.
Yes. So this he set this distance from here to here. He set at 2 inches,
Okay, yeah.
and I like to have it like 1.5, and here 1.5 as well.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, and then that little hole can be right here, right?
Uh-huh. Which it's there now. It just needs to go up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah, 3/8. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, the dado is 3/8 of an inch deep,
Yeah.
and full
How do you, he must have done those for the panel fasteners. I bet that's what he did. No. Where's that? Where's my back? Push that up just a little bit. All right. All right. So you wanted inch and a half. Oh.
Oops. Yes. And there's the hole.
Yeah, there's the hole, there's that.
So that hole is right at the edge of the cabin, the back, or not right in the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah, let's see, we'll take a look here.
Because I don't want that hole to be showing inside the cabin, right?
Right, yeah, if you took that line straight up, which we
Yeah.
can go over a little bit more if you want.
Yes, I like to have it over.
Okay,
Or we could not have it going through as well. Just at the back of the cabinet. And then it doesn't matter.
yeah, well, we'll take it a little bit closer, because if you don't go all the way through, well, but it still recognizes, so that's,
Yeah, but it's better if it goes through. 3.5.
okay.
Okay. Good. Perfect.
That'll leave a millimeter of meat, on the outside.
Yeah. And then I
Um,
can identify at the outside if the cabin was built right or not.
yeah. Okay, so I'll go. All right, so you're wanting to go 8 millimeter like the dowels, but we're just going to go through bore, right?
Going through.
That's fine. All right. Okay, so that second hole, let's think about this real quick.
Yeah, the second hole, I think, has to be I have a question here now.
Sure.
Can we do it for uppers different than for the bottom on the conformant?
Yes.
Oh, we can,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
it's not gonna work. So if I have a conformant here, I think it's gonna be too close. I have to have it here. The conformant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a 12-inch cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if it's greater than 12 inches, we could have that hole not on the right side, but on the left side of the dowel. Could we do that?
So if it goes over 12 inches, it's going to come here, 32 millimeter off that, right?
If it's less than, like, if it's a 12 inches, we go here.
Uh-huh.
If it's greater than 12 inches, we could go here.
Yes.
Can we do
Okay.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, okay, so, and then, all right, so let me, just so I don't have to keep coming back and forth, let me just graph this real quick. So I got hole location 1, 2, 3. So less than 12, we're here. Greater than 12, we're here. So it's a 64 millimeter jump, but that is, I gotta figure that out. So that's 64, 96, back 32. So 64 plus 96 minus 32 is gonna be locate 1. Then locate 2 is that's gonna go plus 32. Okay. All right, so that'll start that, and we'll just do each size. Like we'll go then to an 18. So where's LGA, confirmat, you. Okay, so first hole, so that's good. Second hole.
This is the tricky one.
Okay, so we're gonna go. So that's 96. And then minus 32. Oh, we. So if part width is greater than, say, no, because I want to do that first. Yeah, so this is going to be my first value. That's what we're going to default to. But if I go bigger, no, so I want conditions for all of them. So it has to meet those. Well, if it doesn't meet the conditions, then it's going to be 12. So that's fine. That's my default program formula. So if part width and part width, if I'm greater than or equal to, or if I'm less than. All right. Sorry, if I'm greater than, I'm gonna go out, I'll say 13. And I may have to tweak this, I gotta find that. I think I'm gonna go 16. We're gonna go plus 32. Yeah, all right, and then part width greater than or equal to 16.
You're doing only for the 12 inches, right?
This is going to meet all the scenario because on your Conformat, we're only doing 2 holes, and I don't have a hide function with this one. So I've got to build basically the if statements that if it meets this criteria, move here. If you're this step, move here. If you're this step, move here.
Okay.
Don't do that.
And is this works for even bottoms and uppers, right? Or just the bottoms cabinet?
Well, right. I'm just doing one scenario right now, which
Okay.
would be the that bottom joint on a base cabinet.
Okay.
But it'll yeah, we'll make it meet all of those. Helps if you turn it on.
Oops.
Oh yeah, Conformat's probably. Yeah. I'll change that, but that's.
Oh, because it was a finish.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, I want by default I want all the be unfinished.
Unfinished, yeah. Okay, so let me leave this open. Let me see how this handles these. 15, so if we go to 12. All right, so that's that hole.
Yeah, that middle hole, it shouldn't be there, right? Oh,
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking right now. Well, actually, let's see. Let's turn that back on.
I come from a folder.
Okay, so that's just not, that should be right there. So I need to add 64 to that. That's the problem. Okay. I'll fix that. That's a formula error.
I love that.
LGA, format. Let's go bottom. And that's joint number 2. This is conformat. Yes, yes. Yeah, so that's your default. That should be 64. I should believe it's going to be another 64.
Do you have your own shop or you work only for Mosaic?
I don't have my shop anymore. I sold CNCs for quite a few years, and I sold a CNC to a friend of mine, and so I have access to his shop anytime. So I'll go. I'll go work over there. Yeah.
It's hard to leave that job, that trade, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I miss making the sawdust for sure.
I try many times, I couldn't. It just always come back to what I.
Okay, you see that?
Yeah.
So what's happening? That guy's pushing out now. So we need to just throw some scenarios at it here. Let me change this to make this easier on myself. Because I can't tell on that bore hole because it's the same size. So let me just change the bore on it just for my testing.
Yeah, no problem. Just for visualize, right?
Yeah, just so I can, because I kept having to turn it on and off with that parameter. I don't want to be messing with that. Okay, now I can see it. That's it there. All right, so let's go. Let's start back at 12 inches. We got one there.
You put the width at 12 inches, not the depth.
Mr. Picky.
Oh.
I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. You're exactly right. I'm making fun of myself. I'm a moron.
It's just that the 15. The reason we're doing this. Oh, yeah, change it.
Yeah. So
once
you
we
jump
have
up,
a 15 inches cabinet, so I want the dowel to be a little bit to the other side, so it's gonna be a little bit stronger, the cabinet, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Instead,
okay, so when we go to 15, I think we can add another dowel hole here. Or do you want to just leave it the 3?
No, just leave it like this. That's
3.
okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to have another drill on my machine.
You're right. You're exactly right. Yeah. Okay, so when I go to 16, do you want that guy to stay right there? Because right now it's coming all the way out here.
No, I want to stay where it was.
Okay.
So basically, the only time it changes is when the cabinet is less than than 13 inches, right? When I have a 12-inch cabinet, that's the only time that's going to change the side of the conformat.
Well, this back conformat is being driven by the depth.
Yeah,
So you're saying you just want to always, we'll just default that to always stay. If it goes deeper than 12, we go here. Anything less, it goes here.
no. Yeah, if it's, yeah, like if it's deeper than, if it's 12 inches, I want the conformat hole on this side.
Uh-huh.
And bigger, then it can go this side.
Okay. And nothing else.
Yeah, and then we don't have to change anything else.
Right on. Okay.
Because what happened is on the 24 inches deep cabinet, right?
Uh-huh.
The conformat, it will 3 conformats, one here, and one in the center, and that can be or here, doesn't matter.
Okay.
The only thing I'm doing this because of the 12 inches. If we have a dowel here, a conformat here, it's going to be too close to the end, and it's going to split material.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, but we're going to add that back third hole once it gets over 23 inches, 24 inches. That back conformat hole.
Yeah. The back conformat hole has to be on the one that it's the 21, right?
21, yes. Yeah.
What about the 18?
Well, that's, yeah, and that's, we'll have to see because that middle one's still kind of far away. But it's just, it's all based on how you want to lay out your drill. So I'm going to take you out and you out.
I'll be right back here.
Okay, buddy. Yeah. And hole 3 from front.
I'm back here.
Okay. All right. So if you're looking at, so if we go from a 24-inch cabinet to a 21-inch cabinet. All right, so you're gonna get on a 21-inch cabinet right now, the way it sits, we got 4 dowels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 conformats. And I would imagine you probably want a conformat back here. Maybe, is that right?
Yeah.
Or you, okay.
Yeah.
So then what we're gonna do is, so you've got that at 21, so when we go 24, I get there's my conformat hole right there.
Yes.
And so when we go to 21, I'm gonna drive that guy to sit here,
Okay.
to go 96 millimeter less.
Yeah. And then I set up my drilling to all those holes.
That's
My
right.
drill
So
machine,
96
boring,
less.
the boring machine.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be the tricky. That's the tricky part of marrying the two, is
Yeah.
finding
I
that
have
pattern.
the way you set it up. I have to make the driller, the boring machine work.
Yeah.
I didn't set my boring machine yet. I knew that.
So that's going out to the far one. So we're gonna go 96 less.
See, it's almost an hour here.
Yeah, I think once we get this, we're gonna be pretty close. Wall cabinets are pretty easy. But we'll go through. So greater than, so if we go, I wanna go greater than 21.1, greater than or equal to, Control V. This throws me up to that one. So we're gonna go. I'll see you there. Okay, so I went the wrong way. I just went the wrong way on that formula. No,
That's the 24, yeah.
that's 24. 23. Oh, did it to myself again. All right, son of a gun. Okay, so you're running out there and I'm at 21, which is, Okay, so here's my default, which is what? All right, see, that's what's not right. That's true. That's what I should be returning. So why aren't you heading out here? So if my product is less than that, I'm going to switch that. So this is going to be my default. Set it to, let's see. It's true. There we go. Default, part width, yeah. That's usually where I mess up on these, is I forget the times, Tom.
Oh, 2 metric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I'm doing the statements.
There you go. 21 inch. There you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Perfect.
So that shifts it in. Yeah, so that you'll have, I guess you'll have to find that spread. So it's going to be those two will be your 5 millimeter. Those two will be 5 millimeter.
Yeah.
And that'll be a 5 millimeter.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Okay. Which, yeah, obviously that's going to be the same. Okay, so that's pretty.
Lots of boring holes there to work with.
Yeah.
I can put a lot of, and it's a pretty good machine as well.
Good. Okay.
Good.
Okay, so that, let's look at your upper cabinet. And I need to, before I do any more, let me finalize all of that so I save everything. Because I only did the one joint type, which is the bottom. So I need to make sure it's copied to everybody. All the other scenarios. Yeah, that's good. The top, we're gonna copy from bottom. Fixed, top. Okay, that should be good. The rest of these should be off. No, I want that on. That's center, I don't want center. It looked like it was in the center.
Do we do it the upper now?
No, these are the stretchers. They were there, but they were centered, and centered is not correct. How are we going to handle partitions and dividers? Are you going to dowel those as well?
Yeah. Then you're gonna use the same formula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You don't have to go if I ever have to do the. How long do you use Mosaic for?
2013. So I guess what, 6 years, 7 years?
Yeah. So you sold CNC. How kind of CNC you used to sell it?
Well, I sold CNCs for about 5 years. And Anderson, Jibin Anderson Taiwanese company.
Okay.
And so yeah, we sold those. Okay. Yeah, it's a that does that. Well, now what kind of router are you running?
It's a Morbidelli.
Oh, nice. So the guy that I went to work for and that I sold CNCs with for many years, he took a job for SEM, and now he's one of their regional salesmen for like the whole southeast of the U.S. So he covers like 5 states now. Yeah, he's big time. So he tried to get me in, which the Morbidelli used to be under the SCM family.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, so I would looked at them as far as maybe coming over as a technician for them, becoming a technician. And they're just too far away. They wanted me to travel so much. I just didn't want to really travel. And it's a young man's game.
Yeah, not for a family guy, right? You have a family?
Yeah. I got a special needs daughter, so she's 15, so they need me here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's and that right there, that's because it's not we need to set that to none. Let me think the best way to drive everything to an unfinished end would be. So how about do it this way? I think this is gonna maybe be too much. Really? Here he is. Yeah, okay. All right, so let me try that a different direction. It forced the part type, but that didn't drive the end to change. So let's go type name, no. So that forces my unfinished end. So my part type, on-site modification, part type, yeah. Location, I don't care. I don't want to rename it. Type, yeah, that's going to be all of them. Okay, that's good.
Then if I want just a finish end, I just change on the drawing, right?
Yeah, but I was hoping, you know, we could just do a quick custom parameter that just forced that part type, which I can change the part type, but it's not adjusting for the operations because those operations are being driven by finish in type. Okay, so here's the other way to do it. This will just take you a minute, but on your library right here, so I mean, you might have like 15 or 20 cabinets. So you go like open your sync base, go to shape, and if I click on that left end, so you see how that left end is left end type?
Yeah.
But I can do finished end or unfinished end. So when it's the left end, that's going to be dynamic. It's going to look at in the drawing. But if I change this to unfinished and I change this to unfinished and I save it, then that forces that to always be unfinished.
Okay.
It'll always be an unfinished end. So that's I was trying to keep you from having to do that at the product level, go through each one of these.
So then I have to do it for each one of it?
Yeah, yeah. Because you're wanting to save that at the product level itself.
Okay. It's fine. I can spend time on doing this later on.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't, you know, because you can do that easily. And literally, I mean, it'd probably take 10 minutes to go through them and just.
Yeah. Now for the doweling, we have to do another thing here.
Okay.
The BCC, the base corner cabinet, that have to be from the back. Everything we did for the, it has to come from the back to the front. Has to be the opposite way. You understand that?
Yeah.
Because the way I have to put it on the doweling on the boring machine, the only way I can put it, it's putting the back of the cabinet.
Yeah.
And start from the back to the, so it does the same pattern but the opposite way. It's 19 mil from the back here, and then the same pattern we did for the other ones.
Right, and they're gonna be driven that way. Okay. All right.
And that's for the BCC or BAC or for the uppers cabinet as well.
Okay.
The cabinet has to a corner that.
That good?
Yeah.
Base corner cabinet, dial A.
Well, that's easy to change it.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, yeah.
Yeah, man. Now on those, we don't have stretchers, but those can still be driven from the front.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that shouldn't change.
Oh, it's only the back, because it's gonna be a top and bottom, right? So there's no pictures.
That is exactly right.
Only if I have a fixed shelf in it, then have to be the same. But I don't think we're gonna put ever a fixed shelf on a BCC corner cabinet.
Okay, if you ever did, I still set it for a fixed shelf to match.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Could be it. Okay, so here's the tricky part is on these particular cabinets, what you're going to want to do is at the product library, because we're going to do an override here. So we're going to bring in those two and make them the BCCs.
Okay. Good.
So that should be, let's make sure that's coming. Now, well, we may want to, okay. If you look right here at that first hole, it's going to be really close to that back joint.
But there is no back joint there, right? It's just well.
Well, that's, oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's right. I thought we were doing, you do your data.
No, it's not gonna be on the ribbon, so
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's not gonna hurt us whatsoever.
that's okay.
Yeah, okay, good. So that should be fine there. Okay, so any of those cabinets you mentioned a second ago,
Yeah.
what we'll want to do is come in here, product library. So if it's those base cabinets, like if do you do that 45?
Yeah.
And would you apply it to that?
Yeah, have to apply for that as well.
Okay, so that's each one of these. We're gonna want to bring in. Let me make sure. I'm gonna update this real quick first. Go ahead and save our changes. Yeah, that's good. Let's save it.
Hope we can get the drawers today still.
Yeah, I think we will, bud. LGA, okay. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, so I'll just kind of show you what you're gonna do. On all the ones you want to add, you know, where it comes from the rear.
Yeah.
In your product library right here, you're gonna go to the cabinet.
Yeah.
Go to parameters.
Yeah.
And just highlight right here, select, bring in those two, because you're gonna override those two. Well, now Conformat too, do we need to drive a Conformat hole for those that matches it?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's just do that real quick too.
From the left to the right.
That's right. That's exactly right. Okay. LGA Conformat, where are you? Go save as.
BCC.
Yeah. That should be it. Oh no, that's right. We made 3.
Yep.
That should be it.
Yeah. So that from the 4 from, okay.
Copy and copy. I'll stop. Okay, so now we'll apply it. So corner, parameters, I'll select, bring in those 3. Okay, so that's what's gonna override then. And then also while you're in here, you may as well go ahead and force these out to unfinished ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then whenever I want to have a finish end, I change it really quick, and then it comes back to unfinished, right?
Yes, yeah. So we go none. And yes, yeah. So you can still override it at the drawing like I did and force them out as a none. But
Okay, yeah.
when you save it there in the library as a an unfinished, then it's gonna just come into the drawings and unfinished
Okay,
in.
yeah. I just have if I have to check it out, then if this is always none, and then go for there. Okay.
Yeah,
So we set for the doweling then, right?
I think so.
I'm
I
gonna
think we're-
test it later on and see how that works. If I have an issue, I'll let you guys know.
Perfect, perfect.
Now we need to go on the drawers.
Okay.
Yeah, the drawers are a little bit, I cut a cabinet there, and I'm using the DTC or Blum undermounted cabinet, undermounted,
Okay.
the Blue Motion or whatever they call.
Mm-hmm.
The drilling pattern for the sides are correct, but it's cutting the boxes. I need some changes on the boxes.
Let's see. Okay, so on the drawer box itself.
Your boxes itself, yeah.
Okay. All right. Which do you have one that you're using?
What did I use last time?
So, nothing. Oh, okay. So
Not,
that's
yeah, it's set up for tandem box, right?
yeah. Which that's a
But
metal box, isn't it?
yes, that's a metal box. Everything by default is setting for that. But like I said, I have many clients that want things a little different, right? So I need to have an option to change that really easy. So
Okay.
like I have a client that wants the 5-piece drawer box built on the shop, right? With the same material of the case. I did that for a cabinet downstairs last week as a test, and it did cut all the parts for the drawers, the sides, the bottoms, and the front and back. But for those kind of drawer slides for the undermounted, those are metric, right? For instance, I use a 500 mil, and then the side has to be 500 minus, I think it's 10 mil.
Okay. So that needs to come out 490. Yeah.
So, but for instance, yeah, I do the math in inches. So let's say the 500 mil would be the 20 inches. My side has to be 19 and 5/16.
Okay.
And
All right.
not 19 as it is now.
All right. So I follow you exactly what you're saying on the depths.
On the depth. And then at the front and the back of the cabinet, I need a notch made for the slide to, it goes on top of the slide. Yeah, this notch, and it didn't drill that notch.
And then
What is that?
drill. Well, like on the Blum tandems, that'll saddle the hardware.
Yeah.
And then there's a borehole because there's a back notch. It's the catch.
Yeah, but the borehole is not gonna. That is. Oh yeah, it's gonna drill. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll drill it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that's what you want the back. Normally the front, you've got those, the clips
Yes.
that will screw in.
Yeah, I can use the clips. I can use the clips behind the 5/8 front, or I can use the clips to be flush with the front. So if I use it behind the front, right? The
Yeah.
side has to be 5/8 bigger, or the thickness of the material bigger. Is that correct?
Wait, say that again. Like,
Okay. Can we have a drawer?
yeah, that's a great idea. Here, let me change your hardware here. So just for this example, and
Yes.
we'll just do the standard. No, because I want to see the notch. So do this blend motion.
Yeah.
And so let's get rid of you.
Get a cabinet there. Yeah, that's one. That's okay.
All right.
The drawer. Only the
Okay, so I let you take it from there if you want to grab the mouse and.
okay. If the drawer size, the whole thing have to be 10 mil less than whatever the sides of the hardware is, right?
Gotcha. And you're using like 500, 450, 400, 350, 300.
Yes. Those are metric. They are by standard. They are metric.
Right. Yeah.
So then we have to do a 10 mil less. But
Gotcha.
the clips on the side, we can put it here, right? But if I put it here, then this side here have to be the thickness of this part bigger than the 20, for instance, 19 and 5/16. Oh, how can I explain that? Sorry, my English is not very.
No. You're good. You're good.
Okay, I have a drawer side. Okay, the drawer side is 19 and 5/16 for the 20 inches slide, correct?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So if that is if I'm using the clip to be flush here, and then I have to be a notch on the front as well. If I put the clip this way here, behind that front, we have to increase 16 mil on that, or 5/8 on that 19 and 5/16. You understand that?
Yeah. And I guess I've just never seen. I've always mounted, the 37 millimeter normal setback, and those clips always register to the front of the box.
Yeah. If you do that, and then you keep the 19 and let's say 490. Let me switch to metric again. Okay.
Oh yeah, and you're fine. I'm fine with metrics. You can
Okay.
talk.
If I have a 500 mil slide, my slide have to be 490. Okay.
Right.
490 plus the front. If I'm gonna use it, like you said, here.
Okay.
Not gonna work. Otherwise, then that front here will be outside.
Okay.
You understand that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So my side has to be, what I want to do is having this notch at the back and at the front.
Okay.
So I can place my clip right flush with the drawer.
Yeah.
Let's put this way. The 490, the 10 mil has to be from wherever you place the clip to the back of the drawer.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying if 490 would have to be back to there, unless that way we would increase it, but you're going to drive it that way forward.
Yes.
So I got you. Okay.
But
So
what I like to have is a 2-notch on the front and 2-notch at the back.
At the
So I
back.
can
Okay.
place my whatever.
What, let me do this first. Let's grab you. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that notch you have there,
Yeah,
I like to have it at the front and at the back. And
right.
that would be 2 3/4 of an inch notch.
Okay.
By
On the back as well?
on the back and at the front.
What is
This
this?
way everything will work perfect.
2 3/4, what is that, like 70?
It says 2, I can tell you right now. 2.75 times 25. It's 70 mil.
That was a good guess.
Yes.
All right, so 70, so that'll work. And then this guy, we're gonna flip you. Where are you? Yeah.
And you measure it, the side, and you saw that was 21 mil, right? 21 inches, right? That number is not correct.
Oh, don't worry. You talking about that number?
No, when we had it, finish that one and I show you.
Okay.
So right now the side is like for a 22 inches slide, it's 21 inches and have to be 21 5/16.
Okay, all right, yeah, well, none of that's relative to this. This is all just kind of, there's nothing driving widths or lengths or anything right here. These are just, okay, so. Yeah, I'm gonna force it to those depths in just a second.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna go drawer back. Okay. On the front, I don't imagine you need the boreholes, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. And actually the back ones, I think I believe those are set, what was that? Is it 11 millimeter or 6 millimeter in from the end?
I can't remember. I have a jig for that, so if
Uh,
the drill is, it's better.
You just want to use the jig, or do you want to?
I want the CNC do it for me. I just don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to see the specs, but I think it's like I know it's 11.
I can check it out. Just a second.
All right. I'm sorry, Leonardo.
Okay, it's a 10 mil of the bottom here of this part here.
Oh, okay.
10 mil up, and from the side of the cabin, the side of the drawer with the 5/8, it's 23 mil.
All right, so 23, so we part with minus, so
Minus the thickness of the material.
you're right. Fine, no. Let's drawer side. Oh, moron. What a goob.
Yeah, I was looking Trosser. What's Trosser?
Actually, yeah. So it's drawer bound. No, it's actually, it's my recess. So we're going to come up 12.7 and up from the 12.7 is 10.
Yeah, 10 mil. Yep.
Okay, 22.7. All right.
Right.
All right, so you said coming in from the side with you.
No,
That's wrong.
you just put 12.7 plus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the recess. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good. That's the back. Okay,
Okay.
so those are moved right. That's moved right. Now we're gonna force this guy.
Yeah, see 17, 19, 21. Mhm.
All right. Yeah. So what all size are we gonna go with? Like a 550? So we're gonna force it to a 540 box,
Yes.
and then a
And
490.
and then 440, and then 390, and then 340, and 290, 300, no, 290. I think that's it, yeah.
Not good? Okay, so that's the depths. On the heights, do you want to force a height to snap to a nominal height, or do you want to just let it to, allow it to be dynamic?
Allowed to be, no, that's a good question. Let me just check something here. Because sometimes I have the top drawer a little, I have the middle one a little smaller than the bottom one. You know what? Keep it the dynamic. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Wait,
Yeah.
no, are you we're gonna call it-
Or you know what? Make it 9 inches tall for all of them. Let me just. It's hard to do that. Just like. Okay, make it 8.5 inch for all of it, not dynamic.
the LGA drawer box, that's what we modified here.
Yeah.
And 8 times 25.4 is what? 203.2.
I'll make it 204 then.
204, okay. I don't see the recess is good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Leandro, do you want to make this then all these same settings we applied to a rollout tray as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So the rollouts, I never checked that, but are they, if I use, for instance, if I use the zero partition hinges, you know, the zero partition?
What, do they not cam into the opening?
Yeah, so then the drawer, it's just 3/8 of an inch smaller than the whole width, inside width of the cabinet. Is that how it's set? Or is
Well,
set with blocks?
Well, both. Right now, it's probably by default, it usually sets them up to, you know, minus an inch when it sees a hinge. But we can change that
Yeah,
tray clearance at a door. So if you don't want it to clear, you know, just set that to 0. So that's just going to automatically add that, you know, clip clearance.
okay, and that clearance, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How is that?
But I
how you
can
wanna-
change it once I'm building it, right? Like here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, any of this stuff you can change. So those parameters you see that I go modify out here, any of
Yeah.
those at you know, if you just want to modify here, just at that cabinet, you know, you just bring that in. Just
Okay,
remember, anytime you bring in a parameter right here, it's going to override any of my job settings.
okay,
So,
then it be as default.
yeah.
Okay.
So if I leave that empty, you know, it's just going to use room settings. If I bring it in, then it's going to override.
Okay, for instance, let's put a tall cabinet and put a rollout on it. Interior, put a rollout instead, yeah. Divided by 2. So is that a rollout tray or just?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's your tray.
That's my actual box.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So here we'll look. I'll
How
show
it's
you
gonna
here.
look like from the? It did add the 1 inch.
Yeah, so right now, as far as the room setting goes, it's going to add that. But if we, like say, you know, if you want to do it at the cabinet level where you don't want it to,
So if
you
I
can,
want to just 3/8 of an inch, it's gonna be
yeah,
3.
you can take that out. Now that 3/8, just so I don't want you to be know exactly how it's driving the width of that drawer box.
It's actually 10 mil. You have to take it off.
Well,
Wait.
when you're using the undermount guides, it measures from the inside of the box, inside of the drawer box, to the inside of the cabinet face. So it's 42 millimeters less the opening from inside of the drawer box to inside of the drawer box. So inside side.
Okay. Yeah.
Now,
So if I take that 1 inch off, I'm telling the software that it has to be what it has to be is that the block has to be gone, but the size of the cabinet will be by default whatever I need to be able to put the slides.
yeah, for a normal drawer box. Yeah, because then your slides are just going to go to the end, you know, to the edge, to your gables.
That's fair enough. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we cover all the drawers. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, let's just double check and make sure. Let me take a side view here, and I want to make sure that it's
The
the
dimensions.
right. Yeah, the right length.
440.
That's 540. What's that? Is that a 21?
That's a 22 inches.
Yeah. Okay.
Slides.
Yeah.
That's the 440. Now put a 20-inch slide.
So you're gonna want to just reduce. Let's go 570.
No, yeah, 440. Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Now, by default, I'm looking at what I'm looking is by default, if you have a 24 inches cabinet, it's gonna drill me, it's gonna do it by default 22 inches deep drawers, correct?
Yes,
So
yes.
if I wanted to change it to a 20 inches drawer, how do I do it?
Let's see, let's go.
Without changing the depth of the cabinet.
Yeah, here, let me change that back. Size, go inch.
Because by default, I want every cabinet on a 22 inches 24 inches cabinet, I want it 20 inches deep.
Mhm. So probably the easiest way to do it, I'd say switch it to millimeters, and we'll not override, I'm sorry. Well, so you got your drawer highlighted, and so you're going to adjust, and so we'll drop it 100 millimeters.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I went too far. I was just going at a large number. So, but the main, that's how you're going to make that adjustment. So,
Okay, but
50. There you're at 490.
yeah.
And with no
But,
adjustment, you'd be out to 540.
okay. That's fine. So another thing now is the back of the cabinet. The back, we already add that hole on it, right?
Yes.
Hole.
Let me make sure, but yeah, that should be right there.
Yes. Perfect. Now what I need to do is, I notice if I have a cabinet over 24 inches wide, right?
Okay.
I don't have the drill, the adjustable shelf drill at the back of the cabinets. And I need over 24 inches wide. I need a pattern of drill at the back as well. Otherwise, it's gonna warp my shelf. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
And what you want to do is you're probably going to want to. No way I can direct that automatically. So you may want to just save, like, save a wall cabinet that's over 24 that has that in it. And then you're going to grab that one, and call it like wall, back holes or something. And that's the one you're going to drop in and stretch.
So basically, what I should do is on each one of the cabinet, I have to tell to bore the hole for me. Okay.
Yeah. So, it's up to you. So if you wanted to just kind of do it on the fly, then yeah, you would just have to drop one in,
Yeah.
and then
make it. It doesn't make by default.
No,
Okay.
So you're gonna shape back and then add those 4.
Okay.
That'll add those.
Another question is, this is a tricky one. I know we have just 7 minutes, but let's say I have my library here, right? This is my library. This is my cabinets by default.
Yeah.
How can I add a toe kick on my sites? Very good. Like, let's say I have a job. I'm gonna have another job. Okay. And this guy want integrated kick on the cabinets. I'd hate that.
Yeah.
but my client wants it. What can I do, right?
Right.
Really quick.
Okay, so let me just draw a couple distinctions here. So right here, you've got libraries and your products, right? And you've got parameters.
Yeah.
So these are your global parameters, meaning if I make a change right here, it's not going to affect the job that I already have open or any of my previous jobs. It's only going to affect jobs that I open in the future, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, get out of here. So if I come then into my room settings and I edit here, this is only going to affect room settings, but it's not going to do anything to global settings or the next job or the previous job, right? So it's only going to affect right here. So if I only want to affect this one room and I don't really want to save it and it's just for this one guy that wants to do it, you're going to make your edits here. So when you're, for as far as the tow goes, this continuous manual detached tow, you're going to set that to no.
Okay.
Then your ends, we're going to drive those to go to the floor, base and tall cabinet.
Yeah.
And then your tow value, you'll want to make sure that's right, that you know, whether he's 4, 4.5 or recess, you know, however it is.
Yeah.
And that's going to update that job. And so that's what's going to turn that, you know, into an integrated kick.
Okay. Okay. Now, can I save as and put another name for that and then use my library back?
Absolutely. And that's where and that's kind of what I was setting the groundwork for how you want to do that. So let's say you make those edits right here, and you like it, and you want to save those to access them and maybe another day.
Yeah.
So you're going to take this method name and rename it. So we'll go like LGA, and this is for the jackass that wants that integrated tow. No, maybe we'll call it tow or something, tow base. I don't know.
Okay.
Just as an example. So you're going to save that name or rename the method and then go save as. When you go save as, it's automatically going to bring in that name. So what I want you to always do is don't change that file name, just save it.
Okay.
Save it so that data file and the method name are the same. And now here's where that comes in really handy. You see my construction methods. Now I can quickly toggle. I can go right back to my old construction method. Oh no, jackass wants a tow base. Okay, here's your tow base.
Okay, fine, fantastic. But
yeah,
now,
so that's what's gonna.
Now I didn't change anything on my conformat there, right?
No, no, we didn't change. All we did is just took the tow base out.
Okay, so then put the tow base back on it.
Okay.
Is the same?
Yeah. So then, okay, so like if you look at that tow base and we double check your fastener, see those will all be the same.
Yeah, everything is the same, but then the only thing is that the tow kick goes to the floor.
That's exactly right. Yeah, ends go to the floor and you get the dumb toe notch. I agree. I hate it.
Okay, show me again how to get it to close everything.
Okay.
Okay, close.
Close, yeah.
Okay. So I have an order from the jackass, so I come here to settings. And change this to tow kick or to this one, right?
Yeah, that changes it back. I should have changed that for you, but so yeah, let's redo that. Just hit okay there. All right. Now jackass says, "Oh no, hey, I wanted a toe notch."
Yeah.
So this is where you're gonna, just like you did, you'll go to your settings and you're gonna just change that the room settings.
Okay. Okay. I think my time is in. Is that right?
Oh no, well, I mean, it's up to you. I go a few more minutes if you got a couple, because I thought you had another question about, and maybe it was the toe kick, but about.
Yeah, it was a tow kick. Build a new, then build new library. You just show me how to do it. Like, that was the question. Dowels, conformats, BCC, drawers, backs, tow kick. Yeah, I think we cover everything.
Well,
No.
Leandro, just remember, I think one of the things that you still want to do on your own time is go through each one of these products right here, and you're going to either adjust parameters or the shape right here. So you're going to drive this to an unfinished end,
Yes, yes, yeah,
unfinished end,
I will do that.
and then save changes, then go
Yeah.
to the next one.
The
And just
next one.
remember then, on your corner cabinets, you're going to then
Oh,
add,
I noticed that this little hole, the visual hole that I have asked for on my gable and my back, I noticed on my parts, like my end gables, it's doing the same thing. Can we change that really quick?
yeah, show me here. Let me just say no to this. Let me say okay to that. Yes, I just realized I did a couple things that I need to get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, show me what you mean, what you're saying.
So let's say we have where's the tall end? Okay, tall left end. Put it here, and then we're gonna add it for 3D. See the little hole there?
Yeah.
Okay. On my end, it's drilling the same hole, the visual hole that I asked is doing on my ends as well, and I don't want that
You only want it on the
cabinets. Is that possible?
You want me to just tell you the easy way real quick?
Sure.
Well, and it's, just because I don't have. Okay, so the way that you would, I'd probably write a custom parameter that only looked at like base cabinets or tall cabinets, not panels, and then we could turn that whole on and off. Right now, because we're using that panel fastener, this is just going to put the hole on everything. Doesn't matter. So the way that you're going to override that again is in your libraries. So as you're coming through your product, so like those end panels, not that one.
I have to do the same thing for every single cabinet.
Yeah, it becomes tough there because of the way that, and you're going to set that to none. Because of the way that that's driving that.
Yeah, that's okay. I can do that.
You know what I'm saying? There's no intelligence behind it. Not that there really needed to be up to this point.
Yeah.
But there's another way we can handle it. It would take me a little longer. We'd need to set up.
Okay. I think that's it. I wish we had time to go over the closets, but no, it's okay. I do another time.
I gotcha, Leandro. Well, buddy, we hopefully I didn't stir the pot too bad. I think we got our drawer box and we can.
You did everything you wanted to do. Like I put it here a note. If we have time to go, we go on closets, but it's totally fine.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you. You were a good sport. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, and you taught me very well. So how can I get this video, the recorded video?
We'll send it to you. The girls will email you a recording, a link that then you can download.
Okay.
Awesome.
And this way I know exactly what to do then next time.
You got it, man. Well, I sure enjoyed it. It was nice to meet you. Hopefully we get to chat again, brother.
Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you very much.
Leandro, have a great day, buddy.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you later. Be safe.
You too.